Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Dennis here with Josens.com. And today we have the second part of our first video where we've already added bleed to our artwork. And now we're going to take a look at how to export our artwork with bleed. So now that we have this set up and we're ready to export our file, all we want to do is go up to File and Export. And for this one, we're just going to add the ending output just to keep this simple. And then we want to click Save. So once we get to this page, we have to make sure that we check two things to ensure that when we export our artwork, it has the bleed. So the first thing we want to do is we want to click Marks and Bleeds. And as you can see, my bleed and slug is already checked here. If you're looking at this for the first time, this checkbox might not be checked, but you always want to make sure that the Use Document Bleed settings is checked. And this is what this does is when you check this box, what it will do is look at your file and look at the fact that you have the bleed setting already set. And it will ensure that when this gets exported, that it includes that bleed. Now, once you have the bleed included on the file, now we need to ensure that we have the crop marks. When your file goes to print, the printer uses these crop marks to cut your file and trim it down to size. If you don't have these crop marks, then the printer doesn't know where or how the file should be cut. So if you have something important that shouldn't be cut off that's near the edge of the page and you don't have crop marks, well, there's always a possibility that that can be cut off. So that's why we have crop marks. Crop marks tell the bindery operators exactly where to cut the file. So we're going to uncheck the bleed marks. We don't need that. We need crop marks. So we'll check that. And that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and click Export now. All right, so now we have our exported PDF with bleeds. And if you look at the two boxes here, you can see on the top left, you can see the box that has the bleed included. And if you look at the box on the top right, you can see that there is no bleed included. Now, these marks that are on the outside of the piece, these are called crop marks. Now, these crop marks are what the bindery operator will use to trim your file down. And so as you can see, there is 1/8 of an inch or 0.125 inch from this line here to the edge, which is that bleed area. And then also the same here going from this crop mark and going up. So when this gets trimmed down, this entire colored box, there's no way that there will be a white border around that box because we have the bleed extending out into the bleed area as it should. Now, if we take a look over here on the right-hand side and we look at this blue box, we can see that there is no bleed, okay? And so here's what happens. You can run the possibility of your file being trimmed inappropriately or, just having issues in terms of production. We always want to avoid production issues as best we can, as often as we can. This is not ideally how you want to submit an art file to print if you do have art that needs to print to the edge of the page. All right, so we're all set. That's how you export your artwork with bleed. And if you do need additional help with this, feel free to drop any comments below. If you have any questions, you can drop them as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you got any value from this video, please hit the like button as it helps with the channel. And if you want to see more how-to tutorial videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updated every time a new video gets uploaded. So thanks for watching and see you next time.